This is a night that still echoes across Chiefs Kingdom. And tonight we take you inside one of the most emotional moments of the modern Kansas City Chiefs era. It's January, the lights are bright, and the stakes are crushing. The Kansas City Chiefs, a franchise built on resilience, championships, and swagger, are clinging to fading playoff hopes. And at the center of it all, as always, is Patrick Mahomes, the heartbeat of this team, the face of a dynasty, and a competitor who simply does not know how to quit. But sometimes, even legends are forced to stop. Let's break it down. A moment that stopped Chiefs Kingdom cold. Late in the December matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers, Mahomes dropped back, scanning the field like he's done thousands of times before. The Chiefs trailed 16-13. 2 minutes left. First and 10 at the Chargers' 46-yard line. This is Mahomes' time. This is where history usually bends in Kansas City's favor. Mahomes rolled right, pressure closing in, and as he planted his left leg near the sideline, it happened. An awkward landing, a subtle twist, the kind of movement quarterbacks fear, but fans sometimes miss in real time. Mahomes went down, and Arrowhead, or rather, Chiefs Kingdom watching across the country, collectively held its breath. Speaking later, Mahomes described the surreal disbelief of the moment. He knew something was wrong. But once he stood up, once he could walk, that familiar fire kicked in. He wanted back in. He asked for a brace. He asked to finish the game. Doctors said no. That decision, painful in the moment, may have saved the Chiefs' future. The diagnosis no one wanted to hear. An MRI later confirmed the nightmare. A torn ACL and LCL in Mahomes' left knee. Season over. Surgery the next day. Rehab measured not in weeks, but months. It was a kind of injury that instantly shifts everything. Game plans, playoff odds, roster decisions, and emotional momentum. Mahomes admitted the mental whiplash was brutal. One moment, he's thinking about converting a third down. The next, he's recalibrating his life around a 9-month recovery timeline. But there's one thing the NFL has learned about Patrick Mahomes. It's this: adversity doesn't scare him. It sharpens him. Why this moment matters in Chiefs history. To understand the weight of this injury, you have to understand the legacy of the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a franchise that won Super Bowl for 1969 with Len Dawson, then waited decades before re-emerging as an NFL powerhouse. Under head coach Andy Reid, the Chiefs have become a modern dynasty. Super Bowl champions in 2020, 2023, and 2024, redefining consistency in the salary cap era. Mahomes has been the engine of it all. His ability to extend plays, read defenses on the fly, and dominate the red zone, that critical area inside the opponent's 20-yard line, has made Kansas City the standard in the AFC. From no-look passes to overtime miracles, Mahomes has built a highlight reel that already rivals legends. Losing him, even temporarily, shakes the foundation of the entire league. Tactical fallout, life without number 15. When Mahomes went down, the Chiefs had no choice but to pivot. Veteran quarterback Gardner Minshew stepped in, offering experience but not the improvisational magic Mahomes' understanding of Reid's offense demands. Kansas City's scheme is built on timing, spacing, and trust, especially with tight end Travis Kelce, Mahomes' favorite target and emotional leader. Without Mahomes, defenses press closer to the line, daring the Chiefs to beat them deep. On the ground, running back Isaiah Pacheco continued to run angry, punishing defenders, but the explosive balance was gone. Defensively, stars like Chris Jones had to be nearly perfect just to keep games close. And yet, despite the loss, the Chiefs avoided disaster. Medical staff prevented Mahomes from returning and risking further damage. Damage that could have jeopardized not just 2026, but his long-term career. Experts weigh in, pain now, payoff later. Around the league, analysts largely agreed. Sitting Mahomes was the right call. One former NFL quarterback put it bluntly: you don't trade 10 years of greatness for 2 minutes of hero ball, even if that hero is Patrick Mahomes. Another analyst noted that Mahomes' recovery timeline aligns well with off-season conditioning programs, giving him a realistic shot at being fully ready for training camp. And Mahomes himself? He's already flipped the switch. He's talked openly about motivation, about pushing himself within limits, to come back stronger, smarter, and more efficient. That should terrify the rest of the AFC. Chiefs Kingdom, Arrowhead, and the road ahead. There's something special about the atmosphere at Geha Field at Arrowhead Stadium. It's loud, it's hostile, it's home. The tomahawk chop echoes not just as a chant, but as a statement of identity. This fan base has lived through heartbreak and glory. Rivalries with the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers have shaped generations. And recent playoff battles with teams like the Bills and Bengals have turned into modern classics. Mahomes' injury is a chapter, not the ending. The Chiefs still have elite leadership. They still have Andy Reid's playbook. They still have stars on both sides of the ball. And soon enough, they'll have their quarterback back. Final word, this isn't the end, it's the setup. If history has taught us anything, it's that Patrick Mahomes doesn't just return, he responds. Responds with precision, with creativity, with vengeance. So yes, this moment hurts. It stings. It leaves unanswered questions. But Chiefs Kingdom knows something the rest of the league is starting to remember. When Mahomes comes back, when Arrowhead roars again, when red and gold flood the playoffs, the story won't be about the injury. It'll be about the comeback. Stay locked in, keep the faith, and get ready, because the next chapter of Chiefs football is already being written.